Hey guys, welcome back to One Stop Biology. So guys, in today's video, we are going to understand what are the patterns of biodiversity. So if you remember in the last video, we discussed about in general what biodiversity is. We discussed what are the different type of plants and animal groups which exist in this biodiversity system, and then we also saw some data worldwide and then even for India, and we understood how important the role of India is among the different biodiversity wells in the entire world. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Please do like it, and yes, do share it with all your friends if you did understand the video. And yes, if you are new to the channel, please press the bell icon and subscribe to the channel to get all the updates. And if you have any doubt in your mind, if you want to give any feedback, please do give your feedback in the comments of the video. So let's start with what exactly are the patterns of biodiversity. So guys, the first pattern of biodiversity that we are going to discuss exactly is the latitudinal gradients. Let's see what exactly these latitudinal gradients are. So basically, guys, the diversity of plants and animals, it is not uniform throughout the world, right? Rather, what we say is it shows uneven distribution. So basically, for many group of animals or plants, there are interesting patterns in diversity. For example, the most well-known being the latitudinal gradient in diversity. So basically, in general, the species diversity decreases as we move away from the equator. So when we move from the equator towards the pole, whether it is the north or the south pole, the species diversity decreases. So basically, it is highest over the equator. Now, with few exceptions. So basically, the tropics harbor, which is 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south, harbor more species than the temperate or polar regions. For example, again, Colombia, located near the equator, has nearly 1400 species of birds. And New York, which is at 41 degree north, has 105 species of birds. Or Greenland, which is at 71 degree north, has 56 species of birds. Again, another example, India, with much of its lands in the tropical latitude, has around 1200 species of bird. Right. In similar way, a forest in a tropical region like Ecuador has up to 10 times as many species of vascular plants as a forest of equal area in a temperate region than the Midwest of USA. The largely tropical Amazonian rainforest in South America has the greatest biodiversity on earth. Guys, it is very important point. Please remember it that the Amazonian rainforest in South America has the greatest biodiversity on earth, and it is home to around 40,000 species of plants, 3,000 species of fishes, 1,300 species of birds, two 427 species of mammals, again 427 species of elephants, sorry, amphibians, 378 reptiles, right, and more than 1.25 lakh invertebrates. So you can see the diversity and the number of species which are there. So scientists, they estimate that in these rainforests there might be at least 2 million insect species waiting to be discovered and named. So you can see what is the importance of latitudinal gradient, right? Basically, this latitudinal gradient has again one speciation So we basically there are various hypotheses for tropics having greater biological diversities. Now, what are these various hypotheses? So basically, the first one is that speciation is generally a function of time, and unlike the temperate regions which are subjected to frequent glaciation in the past, the tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years, and thus they basically had a long evolutionary time for species to be diversified, right? So basically the more say saturated that particular area is, the more time they get for evolution, right? And the more species diversification happens. The more random the environment is, the less time is available for evolution and the less species diversification will happen. So that is the first reason. The second reason is the tropical environment, unlike temperate ones, are less seasonal. So there are less seasons. Relatively, there is that the environment is more of a constant and predictable type. So such constant environment promote niche specialization, and again that leads to a greater species diversity. So because of this constant and predictable, so because of this constant environment, again speciation, right, and species diversity is increased. The third one is there is more solar energy available in the tropics. So you can say that solar energy plays an important role in diversification. So basically, since the energy is more available in the tropics, this contributes to higher productivity, and this in turn might contribute indirectly to greater species diversity, right? So these are all the hypotheses why tropics have greater biological diversity. Now, the second type is species area relationship. Now, what exactly is this species area relationship? So basically, guys, during you know the pioneering and extensive exploration of the wilderness of South American jungles, the great German naturalist and geographer Alexander, so his full name was Alexander von Humboldt. He observed that within a region, species richness increases. So basically, within a region, the species richness always increases with increasing explored area, but only up to a limit. In fact, the relation between species richness and area for a wide variety of taxa, say angiospermic plants, birds, or fishes, all of these turn out to be a rectangular hyperbola. So basically, if we study this rectangular hyperbola, you will see that on a log scale, the relationship is a straight line, right? And it is described in the equation this, right? So basically, here you can see log S equal to log C and Z log A. S is species richness, A is area, C is Y minus intercept, and Z is the slope of the line. Now, ecologists have discovered that the value of this Z lies in the range of zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2. Now, regardless of the taxonomic group or the region. So say whether it is the plants in Britain, it is birds in California, or mollusks in New York State. The slope of regression line are amazingly similar. But if you analyze the species area relationship among very large areas like the entire continent, then you will find the slope of the line to be much steeper. So for example, fruit-eating birds and mammals in the tropical forest to different continents, the slope is found to be 1.15. So basically, these are more steeper because we are increasing the area to a lot. So that is the relationship between species and area. Now, what is the importance of species diversity to the ecosystem? Let's see that as well. So basically, when you talk about the importance of species diversity, guys, you'll have to understand that, the rich biodiversity is very, very essential for ecosystem health and survival of the human race on Earth? It is very important to answer this, right? So basically, there is no direct answer to questions like why do we want to protect this rich species richness, but we know that it is maintaining an ecological balance on Earth, and if we disturb this balance, we are ultimately going to harm our own species. We are going to end the entire system that we have created. So let's move on to the other topic, which is loss of biodiversity. So while it is doubtful if any species are being added into the earth treasury, there is no doubt about the continuous loss which is happening. So basically, the biological wealth of our planet has been declining rapidly, and this is because of human activities. It is because of our activities. And that is why the IUCN Red List documents the extinction of 784 species. Guys, remember 784 species, including vertebrates, invertebrates, and plants in the last 500 years. So, some examples of this extinct species are dodo in Mauritius, we have thylacine in Australia, we have Steller's sea cow in Russia, we have three subspecies of tiger which have been extinct from Bali, Java, or Caspian, right? So there are a lot of these species which are extinct, right? And the last 20 years, if we talk about the last 20 years alone, it has witnessed appearance of 20 disappearance of 27 species. So basically, if we very carefully analyze this, right, we'll see that this loss of biodiversity is happening, and it is happening at a very fast pace. And this loss of biodiversity in a region may lead to so many problems. So this loss may lead to decline in plant production. This may lead to lowered resistance to environmental perturbations such as drought or things like that. Lead to increased variability in certain ecosystem processes such as say plant productivity, water used, pest or disease cycles. So now the recent example is maybe the virus which is causing all the problems since last 1 year, right? So it might happen that all of these natural and pandemics would be arising because of this imbalance that we are causing. So basically there are various causes of biodiversity losses. What are these causes exactly? So they basically the accelerated rate of species extinctions that the world is facing, and this is largely due to human activities. This is causing four major problems, and these are basically four major causes, and these four causes are known as the evil quartet. It is also known as the four major causes as evil quartet. The first cause is habitat loss and fragmentation. And this is the most important cause driving animal and plants to extinction. Now, the most dramatic example of habitat loss come from the tropical rainforest. Now, once it used to cover 14% of the Earth's land surface, this now has come down to 6%. Now, this means that these forests are being destroyed very fast. And, even by the time we are discussing all these things, 1,000 more hectares of rainforest would have been lost. So, if we talk about the Amazon rainforest, which is known as the lung of the planet, they harbor, to around millions of species, which is being cut and cleared for cultivating what soya bean or for conservation of grassland for raising beef cattle. Besides this total loss, again, degradation of many habitats by pollution also threatens the survival to many species. Now, when large habitats are broken up into small fragments due to various human activities, various types of mammals, birds who require these habitats very badly. These are being affected, and these are leading to population decline. So the major reason is habitat loss and fragmentation of habitat. Now the second reason is overexploitation. So basically, humans have been dependent on nature, that we know already, for all our basic needs like food and shelter. But when need turns to greed, it leads to overexploitation of natural resources, and that is why many species extinction in the last 500 years were due to overexploitation by humans, right? So all of these fishes or marine fishes or endangered species are being commercially overexploited, right? The second one is overexploitation. The third is alien species invasion, say like the COVID virus. Say a very bad virus like COVID can make the entire human population extinct, right? Why can't that happen? So, in similar way, when alien species are introduced unintentionally or deliberately for whatsoever purpose, some of them turn invasive and they cause decline and extinction of indigenous species. Like the Nile perch introduced into Lake Victoria in East Africa, it eventually led to extinction of an ecological unique assembly of more than 20 species of cichlid fish in that lake. Right? In similar way, there are many examples which led to extinction of species because of introduction of certain alien species to that area. Then the fourth reason is co-extinction. So when a species become extinct, the plant and animal species which are associated with it in an obligatory way also become extinct. So when a host fish species become extinct, its unique assemblage or its unique symbiotic association with parasites also meet the same fate. Another example is, say, a co-evolved plant pollinator mutualism, where extinction of one invariably leads to the extinction of the other. So, guys, this is all about the different causes of biodiversity losses, right? So, how is the biodiversity is being categorized into different patterns, and what are the different factors and causes of this biodiversity loss? I hope you would have understood the video. So please do like it and share it with all your friends. And yes, guys, if you have any doubt, please do mention your doubts in the comments, or you can send your doubts on WhatsApp, which the WhatsApp number is given in the description. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get all the updates and all the notifications. Thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.